Hey guys, welcome back to the new Quick Bits format, which, now that I think about it, isn't very quick, but I'm sticking with it anyway, since, yeah. So let's start off with it. Spoiler alert for all of the movies popping up on screen here. We're going to start off with Lionsgate's The Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. While it did some things good, it was a very unique movie, and I still have some questions regarding the movie. So let's talk about what didn't work. At some times, I felt like it was two different movies. One, the first half was The Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but whatever happened after Lucy Gray won The Hunger Games felt like a completely different movie to me. I also feel like the ending with Lucy Gray getting chased by Snow was very confusing. Like, was that a dream? Did it really happen? Is Lucy Gray alive? Is Lucy Gray dead? I don't know. There's a lot of things that were left out, I think. Alright, so let's talk about what worked. I'm going to start with the callbacks, or technically the call forwards. Tigress from Mockingjay Part 2 had a bigger role in this movie. It definitely helped shape up the lore from the books. I had no idea that she was Snow's cousin. So in this movie delivered in that aspect, I guess. Snow's White Rose, Lucy Flickerman, probably the father of Cecil Flickerman, or Caesar Flickerman. Mockingjays be in cages. The Hanging Tree song that Katniss sings later on, and even the Katniss herb. This was an amazing prequel for Snow. His character really shifted into the villain that we know and hate. The use of Snow's suits at the... Wow, that's a lot of S's. Use of Snow's suits at the beginning and at the end drew my attention. At the start, Snow had a white dress shirt on with a red rose on his lapel. But when the movie was wrapping up, he wore his more iconic red suit with a white rose. This outfit change shows that small piece of decency that Snow had is no longer there. This movie really showed how smart Snow is. He literally changed the whole game with his ideas, and the end even set up his journey with Viola Davis as the head game maker. This movie also did a great job contrasting the first Hunger Games movie. In that movie, we're introduced to a poor District 8 and how they had to fight for things as simple as bread. But this movie shows the capital and how the people who live in the capital are like very rich snobs. I love the world building. That's what the Hunger Game movies are all about. For this movie specifically, they showed us a map of all the districts, and I thought that was so cool because I always wondered where this took place. I did think it was interesting the way that they showcased the donation system. It just completely, failed. Did not work at all. And I think that really worked for the film as, the first Hunger Games, kind of, almost. You know what I mean? When Reaper ripped the flag down and covered the dead bodies, it really gave me chills because for the first time we saw the first, spark of the rebellion. The score was definitely amazing. Definitely could feel the emotion in that scene. Going along with the score, the Hanging Tree song fits so well in this movie, and it even worked that's a bonus. It even worked as a callback. The acting in this movie was surprisingly very good. Tom Blythe really brought the President Snow that Donald Sutherland spent so many years creating. Rachel Zegler was a nice Katniss surrogate in this movie. She was really someone who we could root for, especially when Snow turned into the bad guy. As always, Viola Davis shines in the limited time that she had. And finally, the best part of the movie, Jason Schwartzman as... Well, that says Caesar Flickerman, but that's not his name. His name is... Lucky Flickerman. You could really tell that he gave it his all in this role. Yeah, as for the grade, I'm going to give it a 77. You'll see all the grades at the end of the video that I give them, because I don't feel like putting each one up at the end of everything. So there we go, 77 is the grade for this on the action scale. Next up, Ridley Scott's Napoleon. Let's talk about what didn't work. Obviously, the big knock on this movie was that it wasn't entirely accurate. Napoleon looking for Alexander the Great's tomb and his army firing on the Egyptian pyramids. That was apparently purely fictional. There also were a lot of cringy moments in this movie, but from what I heard, he was a pretty cringy guy. Finally, both Braxton and I felt like there were two different movies in one, kind of like Hunger Games, but this one movie was his personal life, and the other was his war life. Alright, so what did work? At the beginning, I love the text and colors of the title card. I also like how they gave us introductions of the characters by putting little text blurbs in the bottom saying, hey, this is who this is. Joaquin Phoenix is just such a good actor, man. There's just, you can't put it into words. Just the difference of how he plays the roles, like the Joker, to roles like this, it's just so good. Vanessa Kirby also did really well in this movie. For someone as a supporting actress in this movie, she really turned into a lead actress almost. As for the best thing about this movie, it was the cinematography. Dare I say, Oscar nomination worthy. Blast from the past here that Oscars actually got announced. Did not get nominated for... the nominations got announced. Did not get nominated for cinematography, but did get nominated for best visual effects. So, it's a you win some, you lose some kind of deal. Where was I? Oh yeah, for example, the steady cam of the women getting forced down on the guillotine was amazing. I loved it. The shots of the open battlefields and plains were amazing. The actual shaking of the camera during the fighting, amazing. The little hand signs that the army... I can't do the hand signs. The actual little hand signs of the army did to signal that the opposing forces were coming. How the camera stayed on the people dying in the battle instead of just instantly cutting away to it or to another person, which was really interesting. You don't see that in many war movies. There was another shot of Napoleon in darkness, and the camera stood still, and then he slowly walked into the frame. It was perfection. One of my favorite transitions in this movie was when the camera panned from a rainy... It was raining, but then the camera panned, and then it just it stopped raining. It was a sky without clouds. It was really cool. The sound mixing was also very chaotic. I think that's what makes this war movie better or stand out from all the others. The Napoleon theme also reminded me a lot of the Godfather's theme, which is never a bad thing. As for the grade, I'm going to give it an 80 on the drama thriller horror scale of Quick Bits. All right, so here are the movie ratings post November. Here are the top 10 movies that I've reviewed. Everything Everywhere All at Once at a 99, Spider-Man at a 98, Oppenheimer, Creator, and Iron Man, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Creed 3, John Wick, Equalizer 3, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Honorable mention, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is also an 87. Okay, so here we go. Action. The top 10 for action. We have Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Creator, Iron Man, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Creed 3, John Wick 4, Equalizer 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and then here we have Hunger Games Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes at a 77, and The Marvels at a 73. If we go to the next page, we have Transformers at a 68, Fast X at a 67, Expendables 4, Indiana Jones, and Flash. All right, next, drama, thriller, horror. At number 1, we have Oppenheimer at a 96. Then it's a drop down to Saw X. And then we have Napoleon at an 80. And then Killers of the Flower Moons at a 79. Five Nights at Freddy's is at a 68. And then 65 is at a 40. We then transition to animation, where Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is at number 1, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at 87, and Elemental at 82, and Super Mario Bros. At 74. Finally, we hit comedy, and we have Barbie and Air tied for first at an 86, Dumb Money at an 83, Haunted Mansion at a 63, and Peter Pan and Wendy at a 38. So those are the ratings post-November. I will see you guys as soon as possible for the December episode of Quick Bits.